Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey guys, welcome back. Kevin.
Joe here.
Yeah.
Very excited to hop into the next episode of Mad Men.
Yeah, I really love the direction the show is going right now. We're getting a lot of new dynamics with the characters, great storytelling, um, continuous, running narratives, which I really, really love. And we're seeing a lot of more growth and revelation from the characters. A lot about Peggy in the last
I'll say a
episode,
lot of
which I
Peggy
really
stuff
liked.
happening.
The introduction of Colin Hanks as the priest,
Yes.
and how Peggy's jealous little sister chose confession to trash.
Is that her little sister or her older sister?
Probably older sister,
Sure.
but used confession to trash Peggy to the priest, so the priest stops being so nice to Peggy,
Yeah.
which is incredibly petty and awful, and also seems to have worked, which is even more gross.
Yeah.
Um,
That was weird that they showed that.
yeah,
Yeah, the Colin Hanks character is very interesting because I'm very curious to see where that's heading.
yeah. I did not like him at the end of that episode.
No,
I
he
felt
was
like he was being completely judgmental in a way that he didn't really have a right to.
exactly.
Um,
Uh,
given his vocation,
it is
uh,
the Catholic Church in the '60s, so I
right?
mean, it's pretty on brand, I guess. But at the same time, you're right; it is gross.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's strange because he was very welcoming, very 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 nice and kind to her, but by the end of it, he was just petty.
Yeah, he was being petty, and
Yeah,
you don't. I'm sorry, I don't feel like anybody has the right to do that over something that
but it's
personal,
also not his business.
and it's because it's not his
Yep,
business, and then when you consider the fact that he's a priest, that's not his job,
it's not okay.
to take a shot at her like that on Easter.
Yeah. Oh, on Easter of all days,
Just I
too.
mean, just
Yeah,
any day, but
and she already didn't like the Catholic Church. She doesn't want to be there
I would wager money that we're heading to a point where she says, "I'm not going back to church again,"
or
and
talking
that's
to her
it.
family
Right.
if it gets worse with her
Yeah,
sister.
yeah, exactly. I don't feel like this is going to have, I feel like everyone's going to try to shame Peggy into being the person they want her to be,
Yeah.
and I do not feel like that's going to work at all because I like Peggy as a person. Obviously, she's got a lot of growing to do and is
Yeah.
growing, but she does seem at least a little more self-possessed now, and the
Yeah.
idea that the priest and her sister and her mom are going to say, "No, this is who you're going to be." She's a grown woman who's made some really tough choices already.
Yeah.
I don't see that going their way.
Well, it's interesting you said that. Shaped to be the person they want her to be.
Right.
She kind of dealt with that a little bit in the first season with The Office.
Right, completely.
And she found that she has the strength to break away and be her own person.
Yeah.
She's definitely going to realize that here too. The difference is one is her family.
Right.
So that's going to be kind of interesting to see how they go forward with that. Also, the Duck dynamic with Dawn and Duck and
We are
Pete,
completely. We are heading to a war between Duck and Dawn.
they took 2 or 3 episodes off from that.
Right.
They moved away from that briefly to kind of let that storyline breathe, and then it really came to a head in the last
Oh,
one.
and the last one where
They lost. Was it United?
American Airlines?
American
I think.
Airlines?
Yeah, they had a bid for American Airlines that didn't even
Nope.
start. And Dawn, who didn't want to do it in the first
Nope.
place, who did not want to fire Mohawk Air,
Yeah.
a $1 million billing that they just
Yeah.
got rid of, and he's got to sit there and look at Duck and say, "I told you so."
Well, I want to know how Pete's feeling about that. They kind of exploited Pete's father's death
Yeah, they
to
did.
get that deal, and it was for nothing.
Yeah, they didn't really get into that yet. How Pete's going to feel about that afterwards.
Probably not great. Yeah, probably not great at all.
Yeah, Pete really laid himself on the line a little bit for that.
He did, man. And this just goes to show you. Listen to Don.
Listen to Don. Exactly. Yes, we know Don is a monster.
They're all monsters.
We're not forgiving Don for the horror show that is Don. But this show, I mean,
when it comes to business, listen to Don.
let's be honest. This show is written as with Don as the anti-hero, and you're supposed to empathize the most with him. I truly believe that. So I don't feel bad for doing just that. I know Don is a terrible husband and father because he is.
You know what's kind of interesting about shows like this and Succession we're watching? Of course we're watching abhorrent behavior.
Yeah,
Of course it's
right.
all terrible, but it's almost like you have like an angel and a devil on your shoulder. And when you watch shows like this, it's like you can give in to that devil on your side.
A little bit, yeah.
You're watching people kind of express that, and you're like, oh, that's relatable.
Well, it's the stuff that people like say and do to each other on the show.
Yeah.
I feel like Don is usually the one that I find myself pulling for when there's conflict that involves Don.
Sure.
Not always. Like with a lot of times with Betty, I'm on Betty's side completely for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But like at work or dealing with, the Madison Avenue and everything, I am generally with Don.
Yeah.
It's okay to draw those lines of in his personal life, Don is garbage.
Yeah.
In his professional life, Don is the man.
Exactly.
You can draw those lines.
Yeah, you're not pulling for him at home.
Oh no. What I am looking forward to the moment where in his marriage and his personal life, Don gets caught because I believe 100% at some point he will be, and he's got to deal with the repercussions of that, whatever they are. And I think that's more than fair.
100%.
But at work, go Don, you know?
Yeah, right, yeah.
We do want to welcome some new Patreon subscribers the last few days, guys. So, Chaos Scribe, Crystal Wilson, Agaron 3, Verona Strom, Darren D, and Chris. Thank you and welcome, guys. We really, really do appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We
Absolutely,
appreciate it.
yeah.
For those of you checking us out on YouTube, welcome to our channel. If you would not mind, hit that like button. Leave us a comment down below if you'd like to. And if you don't mind, please, please, please hit that subscribe button.
Yes,
for
please.
us.
That would be very helpful for us. We really, really sincerely appreciate that.
We sure do.
If you would like to see the full through reaction to Mad Men or the other shows that we're watching, please check out the link to our Patreon in the description below.
Mm-hmm.
It is all there for you. You will need to have your own copy to sync to watch along with us. We are watching Mad Men on AMC+.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Dr. Stone. And how are we today?
Funny that this guy just played a doctor on The Last of Us.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had a beard and all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yes. Although, if you'd like to show us some films.
See, he's very
You'd be
uncomfortable.
surprised.
You'd be surprised.
Prior to the...
Absolutely.
Okay, Pete.
have you ever fathered a child?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have
Yes,
you
you
ever had
have.
difficulty?
And the other half drinking with ungrateful turnips who just fell off the truck. I'm completely replaceable. Even though
It's
I
like in
just bought in a
psychotherapy.
huge account.
Yeah.
Can you send in your wife? And then I'd like you to schedule a time with a nurse for semen analysis.
Whenever she's free.
Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, the doctor's like, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, please leave.
You had your shot.
It's beautiful.
I want to
Miss
see
Holloway, those aren't wedding bells.
who her
I'm so
fella
sorry,
is.
Mr. Draper.
Yeah.
Where are you right now?
Well,
I'm in my office.
that's where you called me. Yeah.
You called me.
Yeah, yeah.
We can call it business.
No. Let's not confuse this.
I'm about to change my mind.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised they're still continuing this storyline. Him
Yeah.
his affair with her. And the fact that he's like kind of taken by her as well, you know?
Yeah.
She has something that he's responding to.
I don't think, even if I was in Don's position to where, like, you're a floozy like Don is, I think someone that would be married to that Barrett guy would be like,
Yeah,
you know?
I know, right? Like, I don't want to be.
I don't want to be
6
so
feet
any,
this guy.
yeah, I want nothing to do with this. Yeah.
Oh, we
Oh.
haven't seen her in forever.
No, I don't think we've seen her this season.
No.
Mr. Draper's firm did some work for us a while back, advertising.
Don, you're not poker face it better than that, Don.
We were in love. Yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Well, you two enjoy working together.
Nice to meet you.
Ooh, that was catty
Right. Yeah. Man, she is the one that got away, isn't she?
for him. Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
This is America. Pick a job and then become the person that does it.
That's, or pick a life and become
Yeah.
the person who lives it is what
No
Don
kidding.
did. Yeah.
Doesn't have to be in business. I'll take anything.
I don't think he knows.
Yeah.
I want to have you on the beach. Feel the cold sand on my back. With the surf pounding behind us.
So she's definitely feeling some type of way about Don. This
Right.
is more than just
Yeah.
banging him to get what she wants.
Yeah, because it's done.
Yeah, it's been done, you know what I mean?
Do you like bridges?
I do.
I burned most of them.
Yeah, right.
Why is it so hard to just enjoy things?
Nowadays, it's because people on Twitter tell you can't.
Right, yeah. Everybody's got an opinion
Yeah,
nowadays.
right.
So we all know all the opinions. We know all the opinions of the world.
Yeah.
I don't feel a thing.
I believe that too.
Yeah.
That explains why he's such a womanizer. He's just trying to feel something.
Right.
you
He's
know?
he's looking for what's going to make him happy, and he's not finding
What's
it.
gonna feel good right now?
Now open your eyes!
Jesus! Ah! God!
You just drunk crashed your car with a
Oh,
little-
you're
my
rolling.
God. Well, that was just pure stupidity right
Yeah,
there.
how you gonna explain that, idiot?
Don's getting a DUI. Yep. I think it was.
Coffee, yeah.
I think it was a lot less serious back then
Yeah, I don't know when the whole drinking and driving laws really came
when
into
they
effect.
became a felony kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was this long ago.
You're at the legal limit. 0.15%.
That's a high legal
Fine's
limit.
$150.
Yeah.
It's within my rights to detain you.
What is the problem?
People's kids are out on that road, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the issue. We take it seriously now. Yeah.
Or maybe your wife has a friend.
He's gonna call somebody from the office, isn't he? He's gonna call like Roger or
You
somebody.
can't call. Yeah, Roger owes him one.
Roger owes
owes
him
him
big
time.
Roger will send $150 out.
Yeah. Peggy.
Oh my God! It is Peggy. Did not expect that.
She's got his back.
Oh boy.
Why did he just call Roger?
Why didn't he call Roger?
Well, I don't understand.
Roger
this.
would have sent somebody.
Roger gets it.
Yeah.
Also, whose car was that? Was that his car?
Probably his car they wrecked,
Yeah.
yeah.
Peggy, do you have a roommate?
No.
I don't know.
No, you should stay with me.
This is so awkward. Don better throw some real money at Peggy after this one.
That's your best friend right now.
Yeah.
That is your best freaking friend.
I don't want you treating me badly because I remind you of it. This can be fixed.
Good for her.
I like Peggy so much more now. I always like Peggy, but I like her so much more now.
I like the idea that she is the ad woman is about to be. I think there's going to be an imbroglio with the priest still.
Yes.
And I like her odds in that fight. You know?
I do too. He's going to say something snippy and snarky to her, and she's gonna be like, actually.
Right. It's on load time. Yeah.
You can shove it, buddy. Yeah.
Right. Peggy's kind of becoming a hero of mine on this show.
She's amazing.
From how far she's come from the first season when she was just kind of mousy
Yeah.
and like a victim.
She's like, no, I freaking work here.
Yeah, yeah. She's
got
as
business cards.
She's as impressive as anybody on the show.
Oh, Betty's like, sup, man?
Let's
Where
hear
you been?
let's hear your
Where the
story
hell
now,
were you?
Don.
Yeah.
It was in an accident.
Drink less.
Yeah, yeah.
Could you not tell me about this?
Or
I didn't want to worry you.
don't have some other girl's tongue in your ear while you're driving.
Seriously.
I've been up all night. I'm your wife.
I was solving a problem, Bats. I need a clear head. You can't get all hysterical.
Don,
Oh my God, he's being terrible.
we just sung your praises, and yours.
Yeah. We did say in his personal life he is garbage,
we did
and
say
we
that.
are learning that.
Yeah, birds are chirping. Long day for Don.
I would not go in.
Well, yeah.
I'm sick today.
Well, we're gonna be all over the television, and the camera adds 10 pounds. No, you look fine.
Look, Jimmy's the worst, but I kind of feel for him too.
Well, yeah.
Knowing that his wife is running around like this.
Yeah.
Does he know, you think?
He has to. I don't think this is nearly the first time, so yes.
Because the
right?
implication is that, like, yeah, she's
She
out here
did this-
making deals. You know
Right,
what I mean?
yeah.
Oh, it's so lively.
You'd like to think it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Good for you and bye. Mr. Draper is impatient. Do not let it intimidate you.
Oh,
And
here they come.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry Crane. Married.
He's done a lot for me.
He has.
Has done a
He
lot
made
for
me
him.
a copywriter.
I bet you made yourself a copywriter. All these books.
She did, but
Yeah.
she can't. She needs
She,
that
the
extra push.
opportunity. The opportunity would not have been there without
No,
Dawn.
would not have.
Listen to the doctor, Mama.
In this kind of psychoneurotic disorder.
Hello, Ma.
Oh.
Hello, dear.
Oh,
So it's not her baby.
Okay,
Because she's
yeah.
pregnant.
she's pregnant.
Okay, so now we know.
We want you to be
I
relaxed.
mean, if she didn't know she was
so you
pregnant,
feel more
when
like
she
Right.
went
talking.
into labor, it'd be kind of shocking.
I told you what happened. You had a baby.
Old school
Yeah.
nudie mags. The true story. Why is that in there? The true story. Why is that?
Different kinks for different people,
Yeah,
I
right.
guess.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great transition.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. It's Roger. That's
Transition
good.
from him going to masturbate into the
just-
paddle.
Yeah.
Marriage. Don't know why you'd want to join that club, baby.
Stop you from having a good.
Can I give you a couple paddles for good luck?
He's just as bad as the rest of them, but he's
Completely.
he's
But he's
great.
and he is just so completely, owns it so
Yeah.
much and just with a smile.
You can see why this show made his career.
Oh, yeah.
Finding a dead client file. I suggest you pitch your tents elsewhere.
I love John so much.
Yeah. Oh my God. Is it sad that I know exactly what he's doing?
It's Mozart.
It's Mozart.
But you can't be a man. Don't even try. Be a woman.
That's actually really good advice there.
Said that your sample was quite viable.
Is that right? Well, what do you know?
What a weird thing to
Yeah,
feel
I know.
good about. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
What? This is good.
It is.
Is she unable?
It's saying like she's the problem is
This
what
is
she's
you
here.
wanted.
I didn't think it through.
That's honest.
Oh my god.
Who says we have to do this? Except for what? It's the next thing we're supposed to do?
She wants kids.
It's just, I really do want a baby.
And she's scared that she might not be able to.
Yeah.
That's fair.
What is all this for?
That's the first time we got an acknowledgement of all this wealth.
Yeah.
That's for nothing.
Can we eat now?
Not here. Get your coat.
I actually like that. That's really good. He acknowledges, like, yeah, we can't.
Finally, it took a second.
We're not going to eat here after all that.
He could have been reassuring for 20 seconds in there somewhere, and he just couldn't do it. He couldn't be adult enough to do it.
That's not him.
Right.
And his point of, like, you know, maybe there's plenty of couples today that don't want kids and don't have kids, and that's normal.
But yeah, but
back then,
yeah,
she wants kids.
1962, and your wife wants to have a baby. That's it.
He's not wrong for feeling that way, but he's wrong for how he handled it.
Oh, terribly.
Yeah.
But that's also a conversation they should have had before.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want kids.
Yeah.
Should we get married?
No, Dawn came and saw her. Well, that explains it.
That explains her loyalty. Yeah.
Get out of here and move forward. This never happened.
So that's what he did for her.
He gave her life back, essentially.
He gave her his life advice.
Yeah.
Just, it didn't happen.
Don Draper, motivational speaker.
Seriously.
He's done that twice now.
I need more time. I was sick.
I did my work.
Oh, Don.
Oh my god.
What?
$110 is a lot of money for me.
Yeah, pay her back, man.
Maybe I'll-
Pay her back, Jesus.
Thank you, Don.
She did it. Treat him as an equal. She called him Don.
It's not Mr. Draper.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. You know,
I do too.
That's fair. Bailed you out of a tough spot.
I know that.
Nobody knows that. You're a cool cat, Donnie.
Well,
So he has no idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the salt?
His high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Not bad.
You know, it's funny. If you just cut out, I don't know, 4 or 5 old fashions a day, you could probably have some salt.
Yeah, right. You cut back your alcohol intake by
Yeah.
50%. You can still be drunk all day.
Smoke half a pack instead of a full
Right.
pack.
God.
Great.
That was so good.
Yeah, we say that every episode. It's a great
Yeah.
episode. Of course, it's great. But just the way they play with the characters.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so. This is it. This is like the pinnacle of like what you want to see on TV. Man.
It's just such
so
good storytelling. I love how he structured this to where he spent the whole episode saying, why did he call Peggy? Why is Peggy doing all of this great stuff for Don? She's being so helpful.
Yeah.
Helping him cover his tracks, helping out with Bobby, helping with everything. Why is she doing all this for him? And then we get the flashback. It's like Don's the one who talked her down.
Yeah.
Don's the one who brought her back from the brink.
He brought her back from death,
Yeah.
basically. I mean, like literally, they have a good parallel. They're basically the same person, albeit a little different. Like Peggy's childhood is obviously different than Don's, but at the same time, it is kind of similar.
Rough. It's a little rough.
They're
yeah.
both kind of the black sheep of their family,
Right.
you know, and so they have that connection. But at the same time, they have this huge secret that nobody else knows about, except for I don't think she knows about Don's secret, but Don knows about hers.
Dude, Don went and told her while she was laying there in the hospital, say whatever you need to say, build yourself again, just like he did. And it worked for her.
You'd be surprised. You'd
Be
be shocked
how much it didn't happen.
That's crazy.
Amazing writing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you'd be shocked how much it never happened.
Between that and your wife's name is Mona.
Oh.
Dude, you get amped up by Don Draper.
Oh, I'm telling you. God, he just has some moments, doesn't he?
Does,
that
man.
was because that was really cool because he was like really pathetic this whole episode.
Yeah.
He was pathetic this
Pathetic
episode.
is the right word for that.
Completely.
Even at the very end when he's like, "Oh, I owe you $50."
Yeah. He was pathetic, and then you get that moment where it was just sheer brilliance in the writing and in the delivery and everything. It was like, oh man, Don actually has some things going on with him.
it's hard to tell. I think he does. Otherwise, he wouldn't have called her. But I feel like he has to respect her as an equal now, right?
Oh, he does.
He has to.
He didn't correct her when she said Dawn.
No, he's like, all
He
right.
he looked shocked by it because
Uh-huh.
it was new, but he rolled with it.
Is this the last time we see? Oh man,
Mrs. Barrett.
Yes.
It should be, but I doubt it. You know what I mean?
As much as we love Don and like we think he's quite wise, like when it comes to business, he's a freaking idiot.
Yeah,
he's an idiot.
When it comes to his personal life, the man cannot learn a lesson.
He can't help himself.
No.
He can't.
So no. And here's the thing: he may not call her again, or not be planning to. But I think it's going to be like this one. She's going to show up at some point. She's going to be like, come hang out with me, whatever. And he's going to say, I can't. And she's going to say, yes, you can. And he is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he does not have the strength to say no.
For as much power as he thinks he does have over her, she's
right.
It's her ball game. As far as the Pete storyline goes this episode, we addressed it briefly. I don't think there's anything wrong with like saying, hey, I don't want kids. But obviously she does want kids.
Right.
But like back in 1960, though, if you were a guy saying, hey, I don't want kids, people kind of looked at you a little funny.
Well, you probably wouldn't have gotten married.
Probably not. I don't know. And the fact that she kind of calls it out as him being immature, it's like, well, I don't think that's immaturity. I just think
I think the way he was saying it was.
No, well, Pete is very immature.
Right.
The notion of not wanting kids is not immature, though. I mean, that's it might be a little selfish, but at the same time, it's like that's what I want. That's
right.
It's my life. I don't.
But the pitch of we can't go to the movies if we have kids. It's like, okay, you're being a child.
He picked a bad point.
Yeah,
exactly.
Terribly. Right.
And it is a little terrifying to find out. Hey, I might not be able to have kids.
Yeah, your life dreams. We may not do those.
But still, that's a pretty. If you want to talk about like mortality and like existentialism, like the fact that like your line ends with you, like they told Pete in the beginning, that's kind of heavy to hear.
Well, Pete's the one who said it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the fact that it's her is
right.
That's pretty heavy for her. So I feel like that relationship is coming to a certain crossroads that I don't know if they stay married. I definitely
don't know how they go forward forever if that's their any couple, if that's their entrenched position of I'm not going to have kids and I'm going to have kids. You know what I mean? That's the mother of all issues when it comes to a married couple.
Much like Dawn, Pete takes her for granted.
Oh, completely.
And her family's great. And and Pete, I think he's a little less wormy, but he's still not my favorite character.
Yeah, interesting that this episode was almost entirely personal issues and almost nothing to do with work.
They're leaving the duck thing out again. I like that. I like that they're dragging out the whole duck airline situation.
It will happen. They barely mentioned him in this episode. We dealt. The only thing at work we really saw was Dawn and Bobby. And the guys hitting on the new secretary, and Joan's engagement stuff, but all personal stuff, almost no actual work stuff.
So that leads me to think that the finale of this season is going to be something big. Because what episode is this? We're like on episode 5 or 6, maybe even 7.
I think this was 7 actually.
7, yeah. So we only have probably 4 or 5 more episodes left.
Right. I think 13 was the first season. I'm not sure what this one is.
So if that's the case, then they're going to stretch that out and they're going to lead to something big, and I am so excited for it. Like that the anticipation behind what's going to happen with the whole Duck and Dawn dynamic.
Right.
Can't wait, because I feel like Dawn's been kind of fighting for his life this whole season.
Yeah, completely.
So
I again, I've said this before. I see a fight coming between Duck and Dawn, and I don't think Duck stands a chance.
No.
In that particular battle.
And I'm interested to see how Pete plays a role in that.
Yeah. I think he will. I think you're right. All right, we'll catch you in the next one, guys.
See ya.